Hello, everybody. It is another WC Sports podcast. Unfortunately, today the host is out, so I'll be stepping in for him. And today we're going to have a good podcast. All right. Hello, everybody. So, a lot happened in this week during football. We're going to talk about what happened recently. So, week 10. So, it was an exciting week for week 10, and I'm excited to get moving here. So, first of all, the Panthers beat the Giants 20-17 in Germany. It went into overtime. The Patriots plowed through the Bears to win 19-3. The 49ers, they took out the Buccaneers 23-20. The Bills beat the Colts 30-20. Lots happening. The Steelers barely beat the Commanders 28-27. The Vikings beat the Jaguars 12-7. The Saints beat the Falcons 20-17. The Titans are defeated by the Chargers 27-17. The Cardinals destroy the Jets 30-6. The Lions beat the Texans 26-23. The Dolphins beat the Rams 23-15 on Monday night. Yeah, that's a lot. There's one particular thing that was very interesting that happened, though, and that was the Colts versus the Chiefs. So that was a pretty action-packed game. A lot happened. Patrick Mahomes, he's not completely where he needs to be. He's definitely getting the job done, though, but I think that Patrick Mahomes could still be a little bit better. But the defense, they helped there. In the end, they blocked the field goal that would have made the Colts win. So the Colts, they went for the field goal, but the Chiefs blocked them, and that's how the Chiefs won. And if the Colts had a successful field goal, the Colts would have won, but the Chiefs, they blocked it, and that caused the Chiefs to win 16-14. So very high tension game. The Chiefs didn't pull out right until the end, so it wasn't until the second half of the game where they were really in there and getting caught back up. So there was a bit of cat and mouse game there. So the Dolphins, they beat the Rams 23-15 for Monday night. And on Thursday night, the Eagles beat the Commanders 26-18. Yeah. So that's pretty much the most notable things from Sunday night football and Monday and Thursday night football. So the Chiefs are playing the Bills this Sunday, and it's been debatable. Will the Bills win? They have relatively good standings right now. They are 8-2, 8 wins, 2 losses, whereas the Chiefs are undefeated. But the Chiefs, they can still be a little bit better, I think. They can definitely improve in some ways there, but they're pretty good. So I think that the Chiefs have the potential to win. They just barely pulled it off on Sunday, so I think that they can get back into it this Sunday. So, yeah, I'm debating whether it could be the Buffalo Bills or the Chiefs, but the Bills, they obviously are doing really well this season, so it's definitely a potential that they could upset the Chiefs, and that would be a pretty big upset as well. I think the Chiefs are doing really well. All right, now we're going to talk about NASCAR at Phoenix. Joey Logano, who is the winner of the Cup Series and the winner of the race, also won Stage 1 at Phoenix. The pace car pulls out of the track, so the pace car left the track, but when they left the track, they hit the barriers at the beginning of the pit wall, so kind of went like this. They swiped the inside of the pit wall, so that was very interesting. Nothing like that ever happened before. They just did a late move into pit lane and ended up causing a little bit of a mess in pit lane. Fortunately, it wasn't that bad. So, it was very interesting. Nothing like that has ever really happened before in NASCAR. There have obviously been some instances where the pit cars have been wronged. So you have Kyle Busch. He was mad at New Hampshire, so he decided to bump draft the pace car a little bit, and that didn't go over well with NASCAR's rulings and everything. So there's some pretty interesting things. So at the beginning of the race, Tyler Reddick was not in the lead positions or anything, so that's what was interesting. And William Byron, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney from the beginning were pretty much the favorites. So yeah, Tyler Reddick was sort of excluded from that. He didn't get the top 5 at the end of the race. Yeah. Ty Gibbs at the beginning of the race, he was really loose, and you could tell something was wrong at the beginning of the race. He was really trying to swerve it down and not hit the walls or anything, but I saw that. I noticed it at the beginning, and I'm like, Ty Gibbs has got to really pull it together, but then all of a sudden, hard into the wall, he goes up to the wall, and that was not good at all, so that brought out the caution, and his car was pretty heavily damaged. But overall, it was an uneventful race, other than the fact that the pace car hit the wall into pit lane. That was really the most interesting major event of the race, other than the race itself. Zane Smith, he did spin out and hit the wall going backwards. Didn't cause a crazy amount of damage, and nobody else was taken out in that wreck as well. So, Joey Logano just barely edges out Ryan Blaney. It was a really big shock. Joey Logano, he only got 2 wins this year. One at Tennessee and one before the end of the season. He got the win at Atlanta, but then he wins at Phoenix. So he's now up there and even with Tyler Reddick and William Byron, who finished the season with 3 wins. So 3 of the playoff drivers finished the season with 3 wins, as well as Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney actually had only 3 wins. He won at Iowa, he won at Pocono, and he won at Martinsville last week. So what's interesting is that actually all 4 of the playoff drivers only had 3 wins. That was really interesting to see. And I'm really shocked that Kyle Larson or maybe even Chase Elliott didn't make it. They were really good drivers through the season. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all of it. There's some other games happening this Sunday. Obviously, Sunday is a really busy time for NFL. But yeah, the one I'm going to be watching this Sunday and really paying attention to is the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a lot of tension there between the two teams, both really good teams, one undefeated, the other with a good record on field. So it's going to be a really interesting Sunday for all of us. So I suggest tuning in and watching some football. It's going to be really interesting, and it's going to determine much more things. All right, that's all I have for you.
Hello, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing.